My clients generated over $22 million in aggregated revenue, and every single one of them had the same story before this. They paid an agency to help them to get clients and saw no results. They tried ads. They did outreach for months that brought nothing back. But one thing happened that completely shifted everything for them.
Since we are working together, I think it's 3 months, they still closed an average revenue of $500K.
Coaching with Sabir helped me to book from 2 to 10 meetings per week, get 40K ARR in the first 3 weeks, and reduce my deal pipe time by 10 days.
I have been collaborating with him for a bit less than a week, and he has brought me not 1, not 2, but 3 clients already, worth over 5,000 euros altogether.
Together with Sabir, we completely overhauled it, and after that, we were able to sell our service for the triple time worth. So we tripled our income with just one sale.
We just closed our biggest contract ever due to Sabir's help.
Within the first week, I was actually able to generate 50 plus leads, as well as I was able to book 90% of my appointments.
After only 2 weeks of working together, increasing my confidence and also improving my messaging, I was able to open 2 new business opportunities with 2 large companies in Germany.
Sabir quickly spotted what wasn't working and gave us clear, practical steps to fix it. And within weeks, our outreach on social media, cold calls, emails, and most importantly, our sales meetings converted as never before.
So one shift happened. They understood that being an entrepreneur is not about being busy all day. It's also not about working on the tasks that bring you nowhere. So they stopped acting like an employee of their own business and started becoming the architect, designing the entire system where every single step was intentional and building something that was bringing them closer and closer to their goals. And that system produced results consistently, even when they were not working on anything.
As a complete beginner in sales, I was able to book 2 meetings and generate 30 prospects within my very first month, thanks to Sabir's support.
We run 3-4 campaigns, so we got about 40-50 positive replies. Many of these positive replies end up to more communications, and then 5 to 10 meetings.
Now I know exactly what you're thinking about. These people probably already had something working. They probably had a big network, sales team, years of experience in sales, right? So let me show you exactly where they were before starting working with us. Because when I first spoke with most of them, they were in a very difficult place. And they tried many things before getting first clients. And you're going to immediately recognize this because I assume probably you tried most of these things before as well.
At some point, we decided to completely outsource this, the setting itself. So we gave it away to a nearshore company, messaging that was roughly aligned with us. We were getting meetings, but the messaging was not aligned overall.
We actually worked, I think, 1 year with them, and we didn't really see the results that we wished for. The sales cycle was really long. Sometimes it took us a year to really get into a call with people that we wrote on LinkedIn.
For 20K, we got only 15 leads, and they weren't qualified.
Sometimes we tried, for example, to hire 1-2 people, outreach on LinkedIn. We tried once also for 2-3 months email campaigns. We tried also calls for another 3 months. These are all in different periods to see how it worked.
We've done outreach and a lot of sales related tactics in the past and haven't really had much luck.
I was definitely hesitant. I'm always very wary of guys that position themselves as sales experts on LinkedIn and in YouTube as well.
Before working with Sabir, our sales process had great energy, but no real structure. To be honest, we were strong on the creative side, but somewhat struggled to turn that into consistent results.
And here's the thing that every single one of these people eventually realized. The problem was never the channel. It was not LinkedIn. It was not cold calling or ads. And the problem was definitely not in them. They are smart. They are good at what they do. The only thing that was missing was an acquisition system that brought predictable results every month. And once that system was in place, everything started working. Their revenue became predictable. They stopped worrying about where the next client coming from.
We were mostly focused and limited to the personal relations, to the partnerships that we had to get projects, to potentially offer something to our clients. And as some of which were mostly focused on large enterprises, we were also not good in follow-ups. We didn't really have a streamlined sales process. We are talking about maybe 1 client every 2 months.
This is not something that comes natural to me. I really hate a lot of the drudgery of the sales process. And so I've been looking for shortcuts all the time. And I mean, you've been very patient in getting me through all those bits.
We have a pause, development, implementation, focus on business, and then get back to lead generation. So we couldn't have like a continuous pipeline.
We often went into calls with people, but couldn't close in the end.
Before working with them, our sales process was a little bit unstructured. Coming from the performing arts ourselves, we were really good at, for example, the creative aspects of sales, but definitely lacking a structure on those very important details that make all the difference.
So now let me show you why this system specifically is the mechanism that works when everything else has failed. And I want you to notice something as you watch this next part. Every single one of these clients tried one thing first. They paid agencies, they ran ads, they hired freelancers, they tried doing themselves as well. And none of this worked until they had a complete connected system.
It turns out that you are actually offering to bring this capability in-house, to implement it into most optimum way. And those are going into all layers and all stages of sales, from basically the lead capture from LinkedIn and email campaigns to even marketing content and how to build this flywheel system that would regenerate leads with help of webinars and various different things that you're offering. And I think this is absolutely valuable. That really helped us.
Our messaging strategy completely changed. Like our text was like very long when we did outreach, but now we are really on point, targeting the pain points of the client, targeting exactly what they need, and also are better in communicating our solutions on point to the client.
Cold calling, and that's been a really good medium and channel for us, because not only do we get to effectively train ourselves while we are making calls, but we also have another channel that we can exploit and talk to face to face. Sometimes we can talk to the decision maker straight away.
Super tactical advice has been instrumental in developing our sales method into being a very, very detailed process that really validates pains, solutions, and the customer desire to move forward.
Now here's the part where I know some of you are going to say, okay, Sabir, but I'm not a salesperson. I come from a technical background. I am an engineer. I am a developer. I run a creative business. Sales doesn't come naturally to me, and I don't have the time to learn it from the scratch. And I want you to listen to this very carefully, because most of people we work with are not salespeople at all. One of them is data engineer with 23 years of technical experience who had never built a sales system in his life. There was a software developer who was terrified of picking up the phone. It was someone from the performing arts industry who had never done structured outreach before, or it was a completely beginner who had never generated single lead. Most of them were not salespeople, but all of them built a system that worked anyway.
These feedback sessions that we had together was really valuable. And actually, this is helping us with closing, because it turned out that these overcomplications and this really over-representing the engineering nitty-gritty of an offering would slow down the decision cycle on the client side.
Time is the most expensive thing, in terms of it's basically lost opportunities in terms of being able to do other work. If I can get things done faster, I'll make more money and it'll be worth it.
Before getting into this job, I literally had zero experience about sales, no prior background.
As a complete beginner in sales, I was able to book 2 meetings and generate 30 prospects within my very first month, thanks to Sabir's support.
And then there is a third thing that I hear all the time. My industry is different, my clients are enterprise level, my deals are complex, my prospects don't respond to outreach. The market is tough right now. I understand why you think that. But look at what industries these results actually came from. AI and data consulting, DevOps, Salesforce implementation, software development, performing arts, digital marketing. These are not easy industries. These are the high-ticket complex sales with long sales cycles and multiple decision makers. And the system worked in every single one of them because the system is not built for easy industries. It's built for exactly this kind of complex high-ticket business that you are running.
We are around 5 a week, so 20 a month. I can say in general, we are seeing like roughly 60% in closing rate boost in general.
We've been able to get LinkedIn working in a way that we've never had it working before. None of the approaches or the strategies are anything wildly different from what I've seen out in the market. but the approach itself is where all the difference is in the outcomes that it provides.
After only a couple of weeks, we were already seeing a significantly higher engagement from our target leads. Our calls are smoother, the conversation feels way more natural, giving us some very nice results.
Before we started the coaching with you, we were probably at a 5 or 6. So I would say now we're at a 8 or even 9 to really start those first calls and engage with the potential client.
I would be comfortable in saying around 100K.
But you know what is interesting? Every single time I ask my clients what the biggest change was, they never say the best part was only the revenue that was generated. They never say that it was about closing more deals. And this is the part that means the most to me out of everything we built together.
Peace of mind. That's, if I want to put it in one phrase, we could successfully get out of fight and flight situation. I'm not worried about sales anymore. I'm 100% focused on delivery. In fact, that is my job.
Now I don't have any more of this uncomfortable feeling when we talk money. Now I'm comfortable with that and just feeling like a fish in the water, you know.
Now, when it comes to sales, I can finally relax and even sing as I work.
Together with Sabir, we created an offer that really speaks to me and that makes me confident to sell. And the best part, whenever I got stuck, Sabir stepped in and gave guidance. And that feels very amazing to have someone following along and who can give you direction on what you should focus on next as well.
Now I want to speak directly to whoever is watching this right now and thinking, okay, Sabir, this all looks great, but I have heard this kind of thing before. I tried an agency and it didn't work. I tried outreach and nobody replied. I spent money on something like this and I didn't see any results. I hear this every single week, and every single week, the people who feel exact same way, they still take the next step and end up sending me messages I will never forget. So instead of me telling you that it will be different this time, I will let my clients to answer that directly to you.
I've rejected a lot of cheaper things because I didn't see the potential for payoff, basically. And I think that's the thing here, is that even though it's, like there's a substantial cost involved, it's still, in terms of, it doesn't need to lead to many sales to be worth it.
Your money is well spent on this. It's very well spent on this one. The return on investment is just massive.
I would just recommend them to just, go for it and go into a call with you and just understand your system and the value you're delivering, and to really think about if they want to keep doing things trial and error based, or really on a proven strategy that you can give to people.
I was definitely hesitant and I couldn't be happier with the choice that I have made.
Always more to learn, so we're still working with Sabir and getting even better and closing even bigger deals.
Working with Sabir has helped me a lot in, first of all, defining my strategy to identify new companies that could be in need of digital transformation services, and not only increasing my ability to actually reaching out to them, but also how to communicate properly to them what is the value that you are bringing with PancakeCloud, and how to open new business partnership and opportunities that, of course, would be a mutual benefit for both our companies.
If you want to get a sharper and effective sales team and better conversions, I would say without a shadow of a doubt that Sabir is the one to call.
In 6 months' time, maybe having a check-in, because that arc will be credited to you for whatever projects that we are still bringing in, because you set the foundation.
Every single person you just watched in this video made one decision that changed everything for them. They stopped hoping that next agency would finally be the one that actually understood their business. And they stopped doing random outreach and hoping something would eventually stick. They decided to build a real system, one that generates meetings without them personally having to chase every single lead and close the deals. One that gives them back the thing that no money can buy, which is the freedom to focus on what they're actually great at.